If you're feeling things are getting harder, you're not alone. Every day the gap between the super rich and the rest gets wider. The rich gets richer while the rest of us find it harder and harder to afford the basics we all need to live a dignified life. Inflation means everything costs more and your pay isn't keeping up. The interest rate on your mortgage won't stop climbing and power bills land with a thud every quarter. More than a third of us say it's hard and getting harder just to pay everyday expenses. 1 in 5 of us are behind on our bills, dodging phone calls from the bank chasing late mortgage payments or your landlord chasing last month's rent. If you're a single parent or have a disability or renting or you're injured or sick, things are even harder. 1 in 8 of us are already living below the poverty line, and many more are just one shock away from impossible choices. You get sick or injured, you lose your job, you take on caring responsibilities you didn't expect. Your landlord hikes the rent or kicks you out to redevelop your home into luxury apartments and you're priced out of where you call home. A relationship ends, a partner dies. Suddenly what was already tricky with 2 incomes becomes almost impossible with 1. Suddenly you're asking questions that no one should have to ask. Will I eat today? Will I have somewhere to sleep? Can I afford new school uniforms, work shoes, or dinner with friends? If you're feeling that things are getting crueler as well as harder, you're not alone. For you and for me and for our neighbours and friends, life is getting harder. But it's not getting tougher for everyone. For a small, wealthy few, life just keeps getting better and better. While our governments cut back on the basic services we all need to live a dignified life, they're bending over backwards to give more to the rich and the powerful. Our federal government spends more public money on tax breaks for property investors than on social housing, homelessness services and rent assistance combined. Labor and the coalition parties pick the side of big business and their mega-rich owners. They shower them with handouts and subsidies. But when it comes to people doing it tough and who need it most, the well is already run dry and suddenly compassion has to be sustainable. Wealth inequality is political. When the government chooses to leave $1 billion in potential gambling tax revenue on the table while cutting off thousands of people from workers' compensation, that is a political decision. Cutting income and disability supports while paying billions to foreign weapons companies for submarines we'll likely never see, that's a political decision. Decisions designed to widen economic inequality and make life tougher for everyday people. If you think it doesn't have to be this way, you're right. And you're not alone. The economy we have is designed by people and it can be changed by people. We can tax the rich, the sky won't fall in. We can force the mega wealthy to pay their fair share so that the rest of us can live a good and dignified life. We just have to choose to do so.